I'm Nick Moore, and we're going to talk in this film about the 4 products in the Kramer Tavor range of powered or active loudspeakers. We have the Tavor 5.0 and 6.0, which are on-wall speakers, the Tavor 8T, which is a ceiling tile shaped speaker, and the Tavor 8 Sub, which is a subwoofer. One of the prime benefits of using active loudspeakers such as the Tavor range is that they are very easy to install and they don't need a separate power amplifier. This means, for example, that you can take an audio feed at line level from a display, control the volume within the display, and simply feed on an unbalanced line level to the powered loudspeakers. Of course, this simplifies the cable runs. Within the Tavor range, there are 2 sets of on-wall speakers, the Tavor 6.0 and the Tavor 5.0. Now in front of me here we have the larger one, which is the Tavor 6.0, so named because they are 6.5 inch, but they have 2 50-watt RMS as the power output. The Tavor 5.0s are 5.25 inch and they're 2 times 30 watts RMS. When supplied, all the necessary bracketry for mounting on the walls is included, as is all the necessary cables for connecting the amplified unit to the passive unit and the mains power cables as well. From the top left, we have a 2-pole terminal block connector for connecting the active speaker to its passive counterpart, and there is a power standby indicator light there. Below the speaker output is the auto standby switch. When auto standby is activated, the loudspeaker will turn itself off after 10 minutes of inactivity. And once a signal is detected again, it will switch itself back on. Next, we have the inputs. We have terminal blocks for balanced analog stereo. We have a left and right phono pair and a 3.5mm audio jack for looping input. Next to the looping input is the subwoofer output, which could link to the Tavor 8 Sub, and a looping output that would connect to the looping input on another set of Tavor powered speakers. Below the input and output section, we have volume control, treble control and bass control, and at the bottom we have the power on and off switch and the mains input socket. Now we're going to have a look at the Tavor 8 Sub, which can be used as a companion unit to the Tavor 5.0s or Tavor 6.0s. Now, how to set the Tavor 8 Sub up and where to position it within a room is covered extensively within the user manual, so you don't need to worry about that. The Tavor 8 Sub can be placed in 2 different ways, either on the floor like this or on this edge. If you put the Tavor 8 Sub on this edge, please make sure that you fix the rubber feet that are provided in the correct position to ensure an air gap between the sub unit and the floor. So from the top we can see the high level speaker inputs. We also have below them unbalanced stereo audio, which could come from the 3.5mm jack output on a Tavor 5.0 or 6.0. And you'll notice that the left channel is also the input for the low frequency effects output channel on a suitable or suitably equipped AV receiver. Below that we have the volume control and the crossover control. At the bottom we have switches for phase, so you would switch these depending on whether the subwoofer was in front of or behind the main listening position. And below that we have the auto standby function, which operates in the same way on the sub as it does on the Tavor 5.0 and 6.0 that we talked about earlier. Finally, we have the power switch and the power socket. Please note that the power is selectable between 110 volts and 220/240 volts, and once set up should not be fiddled with. So the final loudspeaker in our range is the Tavor 8T for tile. Now this is a ceiling tile replacement speaker that will sit within an existing ceiling tile arrangement. And it comes with a universal mounting system that can fit both a 595mm and a 600mm ceiling tile space. So it's a bit difficult to hang from the ceiling to demonstrate one of these, so we've got it here on the table. So you can see here the magnets that help hold the grill in place, and there are screws on the side for total security. So the Tavor 8T is a very useful product to have in a room. Apart from the fact that it's much easier to install because it fits directly into the ceiling grid and you don't have to cut holes within a tile in the ceiling. But also, one of these tiles could actually replace 4 separate ceiling speakers. Now it has an 8-inch woofer, but the 4 titanium tweeters round the edge are directional, and this is what gives it the exceptional floor coverage. Now let's have a look at the underside of the speaker, or the top side if it's mounted in the ceiling. We've got 3 unbalanced stereo audio inputs with respective level controls for them. We've got a master volume control and we've got the power input. For more sophisticated control of tone and other audio characteristics, the Tavor range can be connected to the Kramer DSP-1 digital signal processor. For more information on the Tavor range of powered or active loudspeakers, please visit our website. Thank you for watching.